Good morning, good afternoon. Where are you in this big, beautiful world? I would love to know. I'm currently in New Mexico, gallivanting around the States for a hot minute. That's what we do sometimes. Hey, Jessica, nice to see you on here, beautiful. Thanks for jumping on and doing it so quickly. Oh, it's so nice to be here. It's so nice to be connecting with you and creating this sacred space, this sacred container for all of us to gather and receive message, energy, and love from Divine Spirit. I'm very happy to be facilitating this, happy to be a part of it, happy to have you be a part of it. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Ingrid H. Turner. I'm the founder of the Bava Spiritual Mission. And if you're not familiar with the Bava Spiritual Mission, we are a digital church. We embrace the dogma of no dogma. That means that all are welcome in our community. We are here to help you connect directly with the infinite. The way that we do that is through the modalities of psychic intuition, channeling, mediumship, and energy healing. Think of it as a super highway to direct connection with God consciousness. Our community is all about doing the deeper healing work for ourselves, holding space for each other, and helping each other and ourselves dig in and fine tune our spiritual gifts so that we can take those out into the world. It is an amazing time to be alive. And the Bava Spiritual Mission, our community, our organization is committed to bringing in the golden age, to really ushering in this incredible paradigm shift. So that's what we talk about on our broadcast, on our Sunday broadcast. We talk about learning how to live in partnership with spirit, what you can do for yourself, how you can open up to spirit, how you can heal more deeply. Try and keep it fun, loving, and practical. And I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Yvonne, gorgeous. I hope you got your latte and you're a happy lady. So this is beautiful. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Sarah. Nice to see you on here too. Okay, my beloveds. So the first thing I like to do is ground everybody in. The reason I do this is you and me, whether you're watching the live broadcast or you're jumping on the replay, spirit doesn't care a thing about time or space. We're all opening up to spirit. Each one of us, not just me, but you as well. And it's really important to stay grounded in with the earth energies. And if you have worked with me before, I know you've heard this spiel, but it bears repeating, okay? Being grounded and connected to the earth is so important to not only be able to open up wider to divine spirit, but ensure that what we bring through from spirit is we are able to practically apply it to our lives, to change our own lives and change the lives of those around us by being a solid example of a super grounded individual living in partnership with spirit. And this little grounding meditation is a really good start for that. So let's go ahead and ground in. I'm going to say an opening prayer and then we're going to talk. I want you to feel free and leave your comments. I want to bring you in on the conversation. What I bring through is my understanding of my piece of it. Help me and those around us broaden our understanding of the divine topic today. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and ground in. I want you to close your eyes with me and take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel all of your energy begin to pool in your root chakra. And maybe it'll feel warm or tingly, or you just be aware that it's happening. On your next inhale, take that deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core, and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra, and exhale into your root chakra. And I would like to open us up by asking that the God within us and the source around us help us move our human experience aside today. Help us create an opening for pure source energy to enter our being and give us clarity and understanding about the times we're in, our own lives, the experience of those around us. Help us open us up to compassion and love, and help us move out of the realm of fear and into the realm of love, so that we can bring in this golden age and settle into this beautiful new paradigm of community and unity and unconditional love. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Okay. All right, my loves. So Spirit says very simply, pay attention to yourself. Stay in your lane. The energy has been insane for over a year now. We know that. COVID hit, the pandemic hit, but that was a symptom of a major energetic expansion. And with every major energetic expansion comes a tremendous amount of chaos, because chaos is the precursor to creation. Chaos is where all the pieces are available to you to put together however the heck you want. And that is no different than our time right now. But what we are doing, what Spirit has been sharing with me this week is, you and I, we're talking about this new paradigm. We're talking about popping into a new reality, a new energy. And that's why we have this massive chaotic shakeup, and just things are really crazy. And we choose whether we bring fear into that equation or whether we bring faith into that equation. A few weeks before the pandemic hit, I got a visit from my spirit guide, Mons. Y'all, you know him if you've been following me around at all, or Bava around at all. Normally, I summon Mons and we talk and I share messages. He doesn't very often show up just for me spontaneously. And when he does, I pay attention, because he's only done it a few times. And 2-3 weeks before the pandemic hit, I got a visit from my spirit guide, and it was boom. He was right there. I was like, okay, I'm paying attention. And he held this little ball of energy. It was a real tight little ball of energy. And he said to me, Ingrid, the energy is going to be very contracted for a while. Stay in faith and you will be rewarded. And then he was gone. He did not tell me about the pandemic because I believe that would have elicited more fear in me. Spirit gives us what we need, not necessarily what we want. That's why we are not omniscient. That's why when we do readings for people, we don't claim to know everything. We don't peer into people and know all of their deep, dark little secrets. Spirit gives us what we need to know for ourselves, for our own damn lane, right? So that's what Spirit said to me. And I went, okay. So I started practicing right away. Anytime I had fear come up the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I was like, okay, I got to move to faith. How do I move myself to faith? How do I do that? And I came up with practices and I got real committed to it. And then boom, the pandemic hit. And it's like chaos ensued, because we popped into this new paradigm. Spring solstice 2020 was when I felt the energy drastically shift. It was like a lead up as COVID started to ramp up. And then spring solstice 2020, I really felt it just wham into this incredible. And I woke up and the whole Bava community felt it. I remember we're all on WhatsApp, our WhatsApp messenger group, going, oh my God, do you feel that? It was incredible. And it's still incredible, but it's also really messy, because we're still in a lot of chaos, because we are just at the beginning of creating something brand new. And Spirit says that when Spirit says, pay attention to your own journey, pay attention to yourself and stay in your lane and move yourself from fear to love. There's, this, because you can't control anybody else. Okay. You can't help anybody else move out of fear. No matter how many tools and techniques, how much, guidance you give them, how much you cajole them, how much you pressure them, nobody can move out of that fear energy except themselves. They have to do it themselves. And I think we can see in the world, even still, there's a ton of fear. And we are in a place now where I'm feeling it I think I'm feeling it ramp up. But that being said, I've been traveling, and I did notice when I came into this new state that I'm in, I felt, ooh, a lot more pressure. So it could be, for me, it could be kind of more about where I am in this world. And wherever you are, you tell me if, what you're feeling. If you're feeling a lot of contracted energy, if it's starting to loosen up. For me, I'm feeling a lot of contraction. I know the Schumann resonance has been like off the charts, and I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know I feel it in my body. As a channel, I try not to have too many talking heads. I try and just open up to spirit and trust what I feel and move forward. So when spirit says we got to stay in our lane and we have to move ourselves from fear to love and just focus on that, that is because when we engage from a loving place, a place of love, and we show up not as a teacher or a guide or a mystic or anything like that, but simply as an example, an embodiment of love, we impact thousands, thousands, just by us alone, just by showing up and embodying love, by being an example, by living it. So you see how it is so important to move ourselves from fear to love. And the minute we start trying to control somebody else's experience, helping them be more loving or fighting whatever they're doing, we immediately move out of love, and we're in resistance. And resistance is fear. Okay. What is the energy of fear? Fear is it's resistance, it's anger, it's judgment, it's projecting. What is the energy of love? Compassion, understanding, acceptance, faith. I use faith and love interchangeably. Mons told me faith. That was the word he used. But I use love when I'm talking about this energy quite often, because it seems like that's more relatable to a lot of people. But, again, if you've been following me around, I use all the words for all the things. Jessica, you say it's been an intense energy for the last 2 weeks, been turbulent. Yeah, I really felt that too. Yeah. And so, if you're attracted to the Bava mission and our message and our broadcast, you're a sensitive flower as well. So we all feel all the things, and I'm really happy to have you here and to be moving through this energy with you, moving into this golden age with you. So, Spirit says, stay in your lane, because when you embody love, you do impact thousands. That is how you raise the consciousness of the planet. That is how we usher in this golden age. That is how we cement in this new paradigm and begin to truly live consciously in love and unity and community. And, yes, there's a lot of intense energy, but if you can just push through that intense energy, just push through to the other side, you can feel the truth of our existence, the truth of this creation, the golden age that is out there. And the other thing is, the more of us who consistently every single day move ourselves into love, the more of us that do that on a consistent basis, the sooner all this crazy chaos is going to be put together in pieces that make sense. And we're going to be able to fundamentally and physically, viscerally create our new world. The more we stay spinning, then the longer it's going to take. It will happen. But it could take 5 years or 50 years. It is up to us. It is up to us. And so it feels like it is my mission, and it is a mission for the Bava Spiritual Mission, to help you to first embody love ourselves and be an example and be beacons, so that you too can learn how to move yourself from fear to love every day. Now, here's the thing. You and me, we were born in a paradigm of struggle, fear, scarcity, resistance, fighting, clambering, like moving up a ladder, crawling on top of people. That was the energy we came from, because that was the experience that we needed to have at that time and point in creation. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we have moved into a new paradigm, and you and I are bringing old energy and old habits from that old paradigm into this new paradigm. And so you see, it's not a one and done for us. Every day, we must do what we need to do to move from fear to love, to get ourselves into a place of alignment and living in partnership with divine spirit. That is so important. That is the one thing we're supposed to do. We are the bridge. We don't belong in either world. We didn't really belong in the old world. We felt that. We don't really belong in this one. Okay? We are the bridge for those coming after us to walk over and create this incredible new world. We're like, the explorers in the jungle with a machete, clearing the way to build a road. We're not going to perfect it. We're going to create a rough path. And the way that we do that is to move from fear to love. So how the heck do we do that? How do we move from fear to love? What does that even mean, Ingrid? If you wake up and you're riddled with anxiety and you have stress and you have resistance and you've got that fuel running, like, what does that look like? Well, let me tell you what I do. And this works like a charm. Where does God reside in your body? Spirit tells me that God consciousness resides in our heart space. Love is the heart. Humans have known that forever. But it is really, really a true statement. Love is in the heart. God is in the heart. Because God's in the heart, unconditional love is in the heart. You are a God creator being. You are having this physical experience so that God can experience itself as separation. Whoa. You are here to experience the billions of hues of love, all the different little pieces. But that pure, unconditional, merging God consciousness resides in the heart. And the more we are able to drop into the heart and settle into that God space, that is how we very quickly line up with love and move out into our day. And again, this is a practice. This is a daily. Here's what I do. One of the things that I do. Take a breath with me. I want you to really consciously pull your energy down into your heart. And with each breath, feel your energy sink deeper and deeper into that heart space. So that you can feel the very essence of who you are, the incredible lightness of being. And you'll know you hit it because you have a reaction. You might crack a smile or giggle or get a little teary-eyed. That's how you know Spirit is communicating with you, is when you have an emotional response that is one of love, because even the tears are love tears. The other thing I do is I move my energy into my heart and I say, I love you into my heart 108 times. And I say, thank you into my heart 108 times. It's a very simple and powerful practice. I also have a strong spiritual morning routine. It's not complicated. I only do maybe 10 or 15 minutes of really like in the moment spiritual practice, but I give myself a lot of time in the morning to just kind of be, because I wake up with fear every day. And every day I commit to moving myself into love. We all do. We all wake up with fear. So we have to, because we come from that energy, it's wired into us. But because we're also meant to be in this era, this love paradigm, we can bypass that. But it's going to take work. It's not hard work. It's not hard work, but it does take commitment. Do it for yourself and know that when you do this for yourself, you're having a huge impact on bringing in this new earth. Now, let me talk for a minute about real world application. I did a video on my personal page yesterday because I was out and about and talk about some contracted energy. I was out and about and a stranger called me a cow while I was out. He got mad at me it was a driving thing, right? I got called a cow and I was like, what? And it hit me so hard. The energy just hit me so hard. It hit me so hard. I was like shaking. I could hardly breathe. And there was a little piece of me that disconnected enough to be like, that's sort of unreasonable reaction. What do you care what this guy thinks about you or what he says to you? And it was just enough of a separation where I could ask myself that magic question, which all of us empaths need to learn to ask ourselves on the regular when we're feeling overwhelmed energetically or emotionally. And that is, how much of this is mine? And when I asked myself that question, all of it drained out. I was like, whoo, okay, none of it is mine. That's not mine at all. It felt huge relief and I could sort of stand my center again. But what came from that experience of intense fear and all the energy of fear coming from that man, I realized that I had just experienced in my body how he lives his life. And my heart spontaneously opened and God consciousness just erupted in this wave of compassion for this human who is living with such intense fear and such sadness and such desperation and feels so trapped. I knew once I identified that it wasn't mine and I wasn't, taking it on and pretending like it was, it became so clear to me what this person was experiencing. And that's the gift of the empath. The gift of the empath is not to be bowled over by the energies and other people's stuff. It's to let it run through you and allow your heart to spontaneously open in God's compassion so that you can truly understand another person's experience. And that's powerful. If I'd seen him again, then with that heart opening, I feel like that would have really shifted our dynamic. But when I first heard it, I went straight into fear. I felt defensive. I felt hurt. I took on all of his fear. Ooh, I was this ball of fear. But letting that go and letting that run through me, asking myself how much of this is mine, allowed my heart to open with compassion. So you see, we have to be conscious about this. And when we are conscious about it, we do our part raising the consciousness of the planet, expanding into this incredible new paradigm. Okay, let's bring up some comments. You guys have some good stuff here. Jessica, there's been some more intense energy for the last 2 weeks. It's been turbulent. Yeah, I've been talking to my partner, Shay, and one of our ministers, Brittany, tracks the Schumann resonance. If you're familiar with that, that might be really interesting for you to look at. If you don't look at it, you could just Google it. I think it's SCHUMANN resonance. And I guess it's just been off the charts. It's just for a while now. But for me, I can really feel it in my body. My shoulders get really tense and my anxiety spikes. And everybody kind of feels it differently. We also have the Scorpio New Moon coming up, which is supposed to be really intense. But like I said, I'm sort of careful about what I pay attention to out there. I let things kind of show up for me, but I don't go seeking too much because as a channel, I want to keep myself really open and clear for spirit. But yeah, thank you for affirming that, Jessica, because I felt that too. I know Shay has been feeling that. And it's just, it's been a lot. It's been good. Another great one from Jessica. I really appreciate you, Jessica. Had some grief come up, show my grief and cried it out. Yeah. But see, that's really good. So this is really powerful. You know, when we allow ourselves to sit with our feelings and our experiences, it moves out of our body. The trap we get in is we attach a story to our experiences. And when we're attaching a story to our experiences, then we can't really have the experience. We're too busy spinning in our head about it. When you detach the story and you truly let yourself feel your feelings, that energy, that emotion moves through you and gets released. Because, Jessica, we're here for the whole spectrum of the human experience. Like I said before, billions of hues of love. We're here to experience separation from the divine. And so all the separate experiences, when we are merged into, I see it as a giant sparkly dust cloud. When I when I think about what it means to be merged into cosmic all that is back to grace, is what I say. Spirit shows me cosmic sparkly dust cloud. When we're merged into that, we are experiencing a wholeness and oneness. And so the reason we are here is to experience the separation of that. We are God experiencing itself as separate. And that is why it is so important to give ourselves the full experience of the moment. Whatever is showing up for us, we must let ourselves have it completely. And if we don't, it results in stuck energy and stuck emotions in the body. This is touching on my soulmatic renewal work that I do, that I run coaching groups and take people through to help release stuck energy and that conditioned unlovability. So yeah, that's really powerful work that you're doing, Jessica. It's so simple, but it is so powerful. Why 108? Okay, so 108 is a sacred number. There's 108 beads on a Hindu mala. There's 108 beads on a rosary. 108 shows up everywhere in nature. I don't remember the details, but it's something you could do a quick Google search and find out really easily, but it is considered a sacred number. And so I just use it, 108. Also, 1 + 0 + 8 is 9. It's the number of completion. So that just always felt like it really resonated with me. But truthfully, I mean, you can use any number you want. It's not about the mental piece. It's about the intention. It's about what intention you're putting into your spiritual work. That's, the thing we have to understand is we have a lot of forms, we have rituals, we have, different things that we do that resonate with us, but be very conscious. Bava embraces the dogma of no dogma. And what that means is, when you dig down into that, what that means is form and ritual is fine, but we want to be really careful not to get dogmatic about our spirituality. When dogma occurs, what that means is your ritual has replaced your faith, as opposed to acting as a container to hold your faith. Faith is ethereal. It's ephemeral. It's not something you can grab hold of. It's easy to lose. And because we're physical creatures having a physical experience, we need something to sink our teeth into. So having ritual, doing prayer, your spiritual practice, that's really important. But as with everything, there's a line. And when you cross the line, you move over into dogma. All right. So anyway, a little bit of offshoot about your 108 question. Oh, good. Singing and dancing. Oh, Sarah, thank you so much for that little shout out. Soulmatic renewal with Ingrid has been an important step for me on my spiritual journey. I really just love you, Sarah. And it was such an honor to work with you. I still remember, really viscerally and dearly our time together and our work together. I just adore you. You're an amazing human. Here's Yvonne. That overwhelming feeling of not knowing where one belongs. The old is gone, and the new still feels scary and completely unknown. It's a crazy time, thoroughly exciting, yet white knuckle fear inducing the next minute. Stay loose and observe. It's going to be a wild ride. And the wild ride is like, that could be fun or that can be terrifying. It's like, how do you feel about a roller coaster? You're in a roller coaster. For some people, it's like, nope, I feel like I don't have enough control. I'm terrified. I don't do roller coasters. For other people, it's like, oh my God, I got to really let loose and experience something crazy. That was wild. So we are on a roller coaster in the sense that we don't have control, but we're safe. We don't have control, but we're safe. We don't have control, but we're safe. And that is why we move into faith, why we practice cultivating our faith, why we and it's like faith is a choice. Faith is a choice. Faith is, let me feel into this. Give me something here, Spirit. I just said, okay, Spirit, what is faith? And Mons showed up and he like poked my heart. He said, faith is you. Faith is you. Holy cow. Faith is you. What does that mean? To me, that means that faith is really about trusting yourself in the moment, in every single moment. Faith is about trusting yourself. It's not about trusting anything outside of here. It's about trusting your own knowing deep within yourself in that heart space. Because again, what is residing in your heart? God consciousness, all that is concentrated in your heart. It's like a you know what it is? It's Iron Man, right? Iron Man had that, sort of, anyway, I don't know enough about that, but that was the visual that I got. Faith, God is the engine that drives everything. And again, we are here for the whole spectrum of the human experience. The thing is, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong from God's perspective, from the divine perspective. Now, in our 3D world, in our physical experience, right and wrong is a very real experience for us. What is right for us? What is wrong for us? What is right as a society? What is wrong as a society? But from a divine perspective, when you really whoosh, go all the way out, it's all just experience. It's all divine experience. It's experiencing love. All the way to the opposite end of the spectrum is fear. And everything in between is the way that I see it. So that's what we're here for, the full spectrum of the human experience. And so love is you. Faith is you. Ooh, I love that stuff. It feels really, really good. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to come through, that wants to be shared. I thought I had something, but it seems to have checked out. All right, my darlings. So in summation, move yourself from fear to love. Move yourself from fear to faith. I gave you some of my tools and tips. What's practical for me? Use that if that works for you, if that resonates for you. If it doesn't, toss it. Find what does. Find a way back to your heart every single day. And remember, it is not about other people. Nobody outside of you is going to lead you back to your heart. Only you can do that. And I do mean nobody. No lover, no family member, no child, no parent. Nobody's leading you back to your heart but you. And when you lead yourself back into your heart and you expand out into the world from that place of love and alignment, you impact thousands, and they too have the opportunity more strongly to step into their own light, to step into love, move out of fear and into love. Do your own work, stay in your lane. That's our job right now as the bridge. I love you so much. I'm so grateful for this time together. I'm so grateful for this sacred container. I'm so grateful for your comments, for what you brought to the table today. Makes me very, very happy. If you want to learn more about the Bava Spiritual Mission, you can visit our website. It is bavamission.org. That is in the description of the video. Also, if you're interested in learning more about our community and what we're about, you can send me an email, ingrid@bavamission.org, also in the description of the video. I'd be happy to chat with you more about what we do and see if it feels like a good fit. If you feel compelled to do the deeper work and bring your gifts out into the world, even if you don't know what they are yet, this could very well be the place for you. Our community is incredible. It is a container of unconditional love like I have never experienced. My life is so much better because of the Bava community, and I feel like I could say that for just about everybody there. So thank you so much again. I appreciate you. You have an amazing, wonderful, and fabulous rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you next week. All my love to you.